this workshop here is called Make Your Wishes Come True. In other countries it was called Abundance, in other countries it was called Create Your Own Reality, or You Are the Master of Your Destiny. However you want to call it, what you need to know is that what you are living today is a result of what you think and what you feel. Okay? First, I would like to start with some definitions. Because when you say, okay, I'm going to wish upon a star, I'm going to have this dream, or I want this goal, we are always, or human beings, we look for two specific things, which is success and happiness. Success, to be success is something that you need to work to finally have a result, right? So when you feel successful, it's because you finally obtained that you gave value to. You know? So we can describe it like give yourself the life you want, doing what you want, doing what you love. Okay? So right now, you can close your eyes for a moment. We're going to go working in this all the time. Do you think that you're living the life you want? Answer the question for yourself. All right. Second question, do you think that you're doing what you love? If both of your answers were yes, well then you are a successful person. If one of them was not yes, well then you can work with it. No problem. The second definition is happiness. So if this is the result, happiness is the ability for you to enjoy every given moment. For the ones that do racing with me, I have repeated this many, many times. Happiness, people think that it's outside of me, that is something that I need to reach. That finally, when I have a family, when I finish my career, when I go to this other place, I'm going to be happy. But that is not how happiness works. Happiness is right now. Happiness is if I have the ability to enjoy what I'm living. And how can I enjoy what I'm living right now? With positive attitude. So everything that happens to you, you can decide if you are going to face it with happiness or with suffering. It's your decision. So happiness is a decision. We need to commit with our happiness. You know, when I try to be happy and take advantage or learn the best of every situation, I'm going to receive a lot of other happy moments. And it's going to turn, it becomes an attitude, something that you can repeat and repeat, like a routine. It's a habit. Okay? So we are going to say that happiness is the path, is what I enjoy, like the stones that I have to jump, or the holes that I fall on and then come out, to finally reach the result. No? When I am going to feel completely successful. So tomorrow, when I'm going to die, I can say, okay, I'm dying happy because I did all what I wanted to do, because I lived my life how I wanted to live it, and I did what I wanted to do. So I can live in peace, and I can die in peace as well. All right. So the first concept that we need to understand here is wealth. Because when we think usually in, okay, I'm going to make my dreams come true, in this society, we think in money. We think in wealth, right? It is not necessarily like that. When you think in abundant persons, they are not only abundant because they have money. They can be abundant because they are very charming. They can be abundant because they are very wise. They can be abundant because they are very generous. So abundance is not limited to materialism or to money, okay? And the concept is wealth is an state of mind. There are persons that have a lot and they always want more. So their state of mind is of lacking. Or there are other persons that have nothing, but they know that they have everything they need. So they are super abundant. And they are able to share even though they have little, and for them there is no problem. So wealth is a state of consciousness. It's how I understand my life. So close your eyes for a moment. Just breathe and think. Do you live in a state of mind of wellness? Do you know that you have everything you need and more? Or do you live in a state of lackness and you wish many things or many situations, focusing when you don't have instead of what you already have? Okay, you can open your eyes. And this is the change that we have to do today. Like in the Course of Miracles, they say, imagine that there is a house, a treasure house, and that you already live in that house. And that house has all what you need. And if you ask for a last minute thing, you're going to have it. You're never going to feel hungry. You're never going to feel cold. You're never going to feel hot. You're never going to feel that you don't have anything, because whatever you think immediately, just by thinking it, you have it. And that's how the universe is with us. But you are already in that house. In the moment that you don't believe so, or that you doubt about yourself, you are taking yourself out of that house. So when we're talking about miracles, there is nothing that is more difficult to achieve than other things. Everything that you can imagine is absolutely possible. And if you already imagine it, there are many other persons that already imagined it before, because it is already from the source, from the energy where it is all the ideas and all the possibilities, and it already got into the human mind. So that's why when there is like a new experiment going on, a new concept of science that we discover, it is discovered at the same time in many places of the world. It is discovered in Russia, in China, and the United States at the same time, because it is already downloaded from the source, from the universal mind, that it has infinite possibilities. So when we receive it as humans, and when more than 144,000 humans know it, it becomes part of our consciousness, our human consciousness. So it makes us evolve as humans. We are all interconnected. That means that if more than 144,000 persons know it, immediately it comes into your mind. And you think, oh, I'm so intelligent, I came up with a new idea. But no. There is something that is called the Christ consciousness, or an energy network that connects us all. And that's how all the species evolve. So there is one network for the human kind, and there is one network for the felines, and there is one network for the elephants, and there's one network for the dolphins. And that's how we evolve. It's part of nature. Okay? So we have cleared this concept. Wealth is a state of mind. So know that if you learn that today, we're making our world evolve. And if we understand that it is a state of mind, I don't need to compete. There is no need. I have everything I need. So why am I going to envy you, or why am I going to try to push you and kick you out of this job because I need this place? No need. I have everything that I need. And we all have different ways of manifesting our lives. We all have a different mission. Sometimes we cross paths, and that's when we think that I have to move it because that is mine. But nothing is yours. When you think that something is yours, or you want to call something mine, it can be your family, it can be your stuff, whatever you want to call mine, it is there because you already want it through a right of energy. But in the same way it came to you when you want to possess it, and possession comes from the ego, not from the heart, you can lose it. So nothing is yours. Nothing. We don't need to have anything here. What you can do is shine, and you will attract a lot of things that you want. But things can come and go. The kids, the husband, the car. Thinking that something is ours is from the ego. That is also very important. And ego is an illusion. We come to this world, we have to do what we have to do, and we're going to live with nothing. Okay? So at the end, we really don't need anything. And we have everything to accomplish our mission. Here. Okay, so wealth is a state of mind. And it comes from a feeling of enoughness. And I'm going to explain this very clear. So we have a thought, have everything what I need. And I feel enough. You need to think and you need to feel. Because this is a world of duality. We need the yin and the yang. We need the female and the male. We need the thought and we need the feeling. And when they are combined together, then we can manifest. So I can only, I can repeat with positive affirmations many times, no? Using NPL, saying, okay, I am wealthy, I know I have everything, but if you don't feel it, because persons have told me, Adri, I went and I repeat all what you said, but look, I still am miserable. Well, but do you feel what you're saying? It's very important that you feel enough, that you say, okay, really, for sure, I have all what I need right now. I am complete. So both are required, and this is what we're going to see today. Okay. There is another very important thing, and it is that in order to be happy or in order to be successful, you have to be living your true purpose. If you are not in your mission, what you have to do in this world, you're never going to be happy because your soul knows. So you come to this world with certain talents, you come to this world with certain qualities, and that is what you are good at. So make sure that all the qualities and all the skills that you have are going to work for your purpose. Ikigai, it's a Japanese word for life purpose. So the first way that you can know if you're living your life purpose is if you have a lot of talents and if you are applying them into your daily life. If you have a lot of talents, but they are being wasted, that you're not using what you can do, then we have a problem. We have to go back to the path. The second thing is that, okay, you do a lot of things, you can be good for many things, but there are some of the things that you're very good at that you love. And then is your passion. The things that you are good at and additionally you love. You can be very good for mathematics, but maybe you don't love it, right? So like, yes, I ride a bicycle, but I prefer to ride a car. So I love to ride my car, okay? So that your bicycle is not my passion. And here comes to this world, to the physical world, and you can say, okay, if I'm good at this and they can pay me for, okay, that is my profession. But then I'm going to feel empty because I still need the love, doing something that I really want to do. Do you remember the definition of success? Is living the life I love, doing what I love to do, doing what I really like to do. So we definitely need to include the love in the equation, not only having a profession. That will not be enough for myself, for my spirit. And if you're living what you love, doing what you're good, and additionally you get paid for that, and you serve the world with that, you are living your ikigai, you're living your true purpose. Because humans are social beings. We come to this world to give something to the humankind. If we are not doing that, and there are many ways to serve. It can be also only by raising a child, you are serving a lot. So don't underestimate whatever you do, because everything that you do is important. If you cook, you're serving a lot. You're giving the energy to others. And all the emotions and the love that you work with by cooking, you're giving it to others. So there are many ways to serve. If you take important decisions, well, you need to know that those decisions will affect many families. If you give employment to other person, if you love your husband, get to know that you are the base of the pyramid for him to be okay and be able to serve in another place. So, especially women, we nourish with our love. So that is a lot of serving. So we need to do what we love, what we're good at, what we can be paid for, and paid, again, is not a matter of money. You can be paid with love, you can be paid with companionship, you can be paid, with company, with many ways, with friendship, many ways that you receive, because whatever thing that we do, and we're going to see it later, it has a consequence. It comes back to you. So, if we're doing and also giving to the world what the world needs, that only can be given by me, because I have a specific mission, what I cannot give to the world cannot be given by you, cannot be given by you, cannot be given by you. And if I understand that, I know that I'm very important, and I'm going to serve the world in this way, so I can really live my true purpose. Okay, now you're going to make a pile, and you're going to write in which ways you are abundant, in which ways you are successful, in which ways you are happy, that are not monetary. Think. An example, I can say I feel very abundant because I have a beautiful family. I was able to have my kids, I was able to, nothing that has to do monetarily. Think how you are abundant. Does everybody know what is a pie? No. Like the cake. What you divide. You're going to make a circle. And in this circle, you're going to divide it, and you're going to write the things why you are abundant. But you cannot write anything that has to do with money. Okay? So you cannot say, oh, I'm abundant because I have a car, a house. No. I'm abundant because I know a lot of things, and I can give that to the world. Also, abundance means that you have enough for you and enough to give to others. That is abundance. When you just like overflow with something. So this workshop here is called Make Your Wishes Come True. In other countries it was called Abundance, in other countries it was called Create Your Own Reality, or You Are the Master of Your Destiny. However you want to call it, what you need to know is that what you are living today is a result of what you think and what you feel. Okay? First, I would like to start with some definitions. Because when you say, okay, I'm going to wish upon a star, I'm going to have this dream, or I want this goal, we are always, or human beings, we look for two specific things, which is success and happiness. Success, to be success, is something that you need to work to finally have a result, right? So when you feel successful, it's because you finally obtain that you gave value to. You know? So we can describe it like give yourself the life you want, doing what you want, doing what you love. Okay? So right now, you can close your eyes for a moment. We're going to go working in this all the time. Do you think that you're living the life you want? Answer the question for yourself. All right. Second question, do you think that you're doing what you love? If both of your answers were yes, well then you are a successful person. If one of them was not yes, well then you can work with this, no problem. The second definition is happiness. So if this is the result, happiness is the ability for you to enjoy every given moment. For the ones that do Reiki with me, I have repeated this many, many times. Happiness, people think that it's outside of me, that is something that I need to reach. That finally, when I have a family, when I finish my career, when I go to this other place, I'm going to be happy. But that is not how happiness works. Happiness is right now. Happiness is if I have the ability to enjoy what I'm living. And how can I enjoy what I'm living right now? With positive attitude. So everything that happens to you, you can decide if you are going to face it with happiness or with suffering. It's your decision. So happiness is a decision. We need to commit with our happiness. You know, when I try to be happy and take advantage or learn the best of every situation, I'm going to receive a lot of other happy moments. And it's going to turn, it becomes an attitude, something that you can repeat and repeat, like a routine. It's a habit, okay? So we're going to say that happiness is the path, is what I enjoy, like the stones that I have to jump, or the holes that I fall on and then come out, to finally reach the result, no? When I am going to feel completely successful. So tomorrow, when I'm going to die, I can say, okay, I'm dying happy, because I did all what I wanted to do, because I lived my life how I wanted to live it, and I did what I wanted to do. So I can live in peace, and I can die in peace as well. All right. So the first concept that we need to understand here is wealth. Because when we think usually in, okay, I'm going to make my dreams come true, in this society, we think in money. We think in wealth, right? It is not necessarily like that. When you think in abundant persons, they are not only abundant because they have money. They can be abundant because they are very charming. They can be abundant because they are very wise. They can be abundant because they are very generous. So abundance is not limited to materialism or to money, okay? And the concept is, wealth is an state of mind. There are persons that have a lot and they always want more. So their state of mind is of lacking. Or there are other persons that have nothing, but they know that they have everything they need. So they are super abundant. And they are able to share even though they have little, and for them there is no problem. So wealth is a state of consciousness. It's how I understand my life. So close your eyes for a moment. Just breathe and think. Do you live in a state of mind of wellness? Do you know that you have everything you need and more? Or do you live in a state of lackness and you wish many things or many situations, focusing when you don't have instead of what you already have? Okay, you can open your eyes. And this is the change that we have to do today. Like in the Course of Miracles, they say, imagine that there is a house, a treasure house, and that you already live in that house. And that house has all what you need. And if you ask for a last minute thing, you're going to have it. You're never going to feel hungry. You're never going to feel cold. You're never going to feel hot. You're never going to feel that you don't have anything, because whatever you think immediately, just by thinking it, you have it. And that's how the universe is with us. But you are already in that house. In the moment that you don't believe so, or that you doubt about yourself, you're taking yourself out of that house. So when we're talking about miracles, there is nothing that is more difficult to achieve than other things. Everything that you can imagine is absolutely possible. And if you already imagine it, there are many other persons that already imagined it before, because it is already from the source, from the energy where it is all the ideas and all the possibilities, and it already got into the human mind. So that's why when there is like a new experiment going on, a new concept of science that we discover, it is discovered at the same time in many places of the world. It is discovered in Russia, in China, and the United States at the same time, because it is already downloaded from the source, from the universal mind, that it has infinite possibilities. So when we receive it as humans, and when more than 144,000 humans know it, it becomes part of our consciousness, our human consciousness. So it makes us evolve as humans. We are all interconnected. That means that if more than 144,000 persons know it, immediately it comes into your mind. And you think, oh, I'm so intelligent, I came up with a new idea. But no. There is something that is called the Christ consciousness, or an energy network that connects us all. And that's how all the species evolve. So there is one network for the human kind, and there is one network for the felines, and there is one network for the elephants, and there's one network for the dolphins. That's how we evolve. It's part of nature. Okay? So we have clear this concept. Wealth is a state of mind. So know that if you learn that today, we are making our world evolve. And if we understand that it is a state of mind, I don't need to compete. There is no need. I have everything I need. So why am I going to envy you, or why am I going to try to push you and kick you out of this job because I need this place? No need. I have everything that I need. And we all have different ways of manifesting our lives. We all have a different mission. Sometimes we cross paths, and that's when we think that I have to move it because that is mine. But nothing is yours. When you think that something is yours, or you want to call something mine, it can be your family, it can be your stuff, whatever you want to call mine, it is there because you already want it through a right of energy. But in the same way it came to you when you want to possess it, and possession comes from the ego, not from the heart, you can lose it. So nothing is yours. Nothing. We don't need to have anything here. What you can do is shine, and you will attract a lot of things that you want. But things can come and go. The kids, the husband, the car. Thinking that something is ours is from the ego. That is also very important. And ego is an illusion. We come to this world, we have to do what we have to do, and we're going to live with nothing. Okay? So at the end, we really don't need anything. And we have everything to accomplish our mission. Here. Okay, so wealth is a state of mind. And it comes from a feeling of enoughness. And I'm going to explain this very clear. So we have a thought. I have everything what I need. And I feel enough. You need to think and you need to feel. Because this is a world of duality. We need the yin and the yang. We need the female and the male. We need the thought and we need the feeling. And when they are combined together, then we can manifest. So I can only, I can repeat with positive affirmations many times, no? Using NPL, saying, okay, I am wealthy, I know I have everything, but if you don't feel it, because persons have told me, Adri, I went and I repeat all what you said, but look, I'm miserable. Well, but do you feel what you're saying? It's very important that you feel enough, that you say, okay, really, for sure, I have all what I need right now. I am complete. So both are required, and this is what we're going to see today. Okay. There is another very important thing, and it is that in order to be happy, or in order to be successful, you have to be living your true purpose. If you are not in your mission, what you have to do in this world, you're never going to be happy, because your soul knows. So you come to this world with certain talents, you come to this world with certain qualities, and that is what you are good at. So make sure that all the qualities and all the skills that you have are going to work for your purpose. Ikigai, it's a Japanese word for life purpose. So the first way that you can know if you're living your life purpose is if you have a lot of talents and if you are applying them into your daily life. If you have a lot of talents, but they are being wasted, that you're not using what you can do, then we have a problem. We have to go back to the path. The second thing is that, okay, you do a lot of things, you can be good for many things, but there are some of the things that you're very good at that you love. And then is your passion. The things that you are good at and additionally you love. You can be very good for mathematics, but maybe you don't love it, right? So like, yes, I ride a bicycle, but I prefer to ride a car. So I love to ride my car. Okay, so so bicycle is not my passion. And here comes to this world, to the physical world, and you can say, okay, if I'm good at this and they can pay me for, okay, that is my profession. But then I'm going to feel empty because I still need the love doing something that I really want to do. Do you remember the definition of success? Is living the life I love, doing what I love to do, doing what I really like to do. So we definitely need to include the love in the equation, not only having a profession. That will not be enough for myself, for my spirit. And if you're living what you love, doing what you're good, and additionally you get paid for that, and you serve the world with that, you are living your ikigai, you're living your true purpose. Because humans are social beings. We come to this world to give something to the humankind. If we are not doing that, and there are many ways to serve. It can be also only by raising a child, you are serving a lot. So don't underestimate whatever you do, because everything that you do is important. If you cook, you're serving a lot. You're giving the energy to others. And all the emotions and the love that you work with by cooking, you're giving it to others. So there are many ways to serve. If you take important decisions, well, you need to know that those decisions will affect many families. If you give employment to other person, if you love your husband, get to know that you are the base of the pyramid for him to be okay and be able to serve in another place. So, especially women, we nourish with our love. So that is a lot of serving. So we need to do what we love, what we're good at, what we can be paid for, and paid, again, is not a matter of money. You can be paid with love, you can be paid with companionship, you can be paid with company, with many ways, with friendship, many ways that you receive, because whatever thing that we do, and we're going to see it later, it has a consequence. It comes back to you. So, if we're doing and also giving to the world what the world needs, that only can be given by me, because I have a specific mission, what I cannot give to the world cannot be given by you, cannot be given by you, cannot be given by you. And if I understand that, I know that I'm very important, and I'm going to serve the world in this way. So I can really live my true purpose. Okay, now you're going to make a pie, and you're going to write in which ways you are abundant, in which ways you are successful, in which ways you are happy, that are not monetary. Think. An example, I can say I feel very abundant because I have a beautiful family. I was able to have my kids, I was able to, nothing that has to do monetarily. Think how you are abundant. Does everybody knows what is a pie? No. Like the cake. What you divide. You're going to make a circle. And in this circle, you're going to divide it, and you're going to write the things why you are abundant. But you cannot write anything that has to do with money. Okay? So you cannot say, oh, I'm abundant because I have a car, a house. No. I'm abundant because I know a lot of things. And I can give that to the world. Also, abundance means that you have enough for you and enough to give to others. That is abundance. When you just like overflow with something. It is not necessary that they can pay you with money, but if you think that you can be like feedback, there can be an exchange of energy by doing that. Then, if you think that you are not giving, that you will receive anything back, well, then you cross it. And finally, Do you think that you serve the world with that? Do you think that you comply with 4 things? Leave it in your bag. If not, eat that piece.
No problem. How do you know if you're good? How do you know if you're good at it?
There is something that you know. No, Salek. Close your eyes. Ask to your heart. Am I good at this? And the answer is very clear. Try. Give it a try. Like, we all really know which are our skills. And we know that certain things can be difficult, but that you can reach them. And other things that you say, no, that's like, I don't even want to cross that door. Alright, let's continue. Okay, so this is our starting point. I'm going to explain you a couple of laws. There are many, but just a couple that we're going to need to manifest things. The first one is the law of abundance. This universe is absolutely abundant. There is nothing that comes in nature that is little, or that is a few, or that it is not for everybody. Count the stars in the sky. How many grains of sand do you have in the sea? How many liters of water you have in the sea? How many leaves we have in this plant over here that is not such a big plant? How many fruits come out of the trees? If you have a tree, one tree at your home, all your family will eat. You can invite all your friends, and there are going to be fruits for everybody. So, lack is not a concept that exists in the universe. It's something that human beings created as a thought. And it's a thought that we can delete. So, lack doesn't exist in nature. And everything that is going on in nature is expanding. The energy is completely expanding. That's why there are more universes, that's why there are more galaxies every time that we see, that's why there are more explosions of stars, and it happens up and it happens down. So there are also more bacteria, more protozoas, more viruses, more as big as the tiny. This is a world in expansion, in movement. The energy is never still. It needs to move, to evolve, to transform, and create new life. Because this is how it works. It works in cycles. So we think the only possibility to create new life is because we have already something that needs to live, die, give the best, and the other thing is going to be with more information, with more evolution, with more consciousness to again die and give birth to new and new things. So everything is in a cycle. But we have to be careful with something, because nature, every cycle of nature has its own time. We need to wait maybe a year. Maybe I plant in one season and I have to wait until the next season to be able to harvest what I planted. So you are in a world of infinite possibilities. You are in a world that whatever you think, it's possible. And you have to know that, because whatever you think has been already thinking, as I already explained. Whatever you think has been already thought. So everything is absolutely possible. The limitations are only imposed by your thoughts. Like, oh no, you cannot do this. Why? If I want to be a gymnastics at my 40 years, why not? Well, you practice, you be disciplined, and you will reach it. You will do it. The only limitation is yourself. You can get many excuses. That's another thing. Because maybe deep inside you don't want. Excuses is because maybe I don't want to go to be thrown through that line. But it is not that it's not a matter of possibilities. Limitations are only thoughts that we have in our minds. There is a spiritual leader that is called Matt Kahn. He is American, and he says that that there is nothing that we have to worry about us. There is nothing that we need to worry about in this world when you come, except from you. Be worried about you. Because you think things that limit you, because you feel things that makes you sick, because you think and feel things that really are your prison. But in the world of universe, in the world of energy, there are no limitations. Everything is possible, and everything, it's okay. It's our judgment that condemns if a manifestation is good or is bad. But in reality, everything is possible. And why is it possible? Because we are all united. I already explained this concept that we are all connected through this network. Okay? So whatever is in the mind over there, I can plug to it, download it here, and act and create and manifest what I already downloaded in my thoughts. Whatever you think, you have the possibility and the ability to manifest it in this world. But we have to respect the cycles. This is the most important because you want the things to happen right now. Oh no, I want to close my eyes and then the genie appearing saying, oh, you're already in the vacations in Fiji. No. There is a perfect moment in time for everything, and if you respect the cycles, why when I just had my first son, because I was having a career, I was already working, like the computer every time, and then my son was born, and when, like at 3 or 4 months, I was like, why? I need to find another job, I need to go there, and I didn't find it. It was difficult. When you are living your true purpose, everything comes out super easy. Then I stopped working like for 2-3 years. Then we have the other girl and everything. But I understood that I needed to be with him. That he definitely needed me. So like, thanks God I didn't find that job. But at that moment I was stubborn and I was suffering and I was resisting. But because I didn't understand that there was a cycle. No? And at that moment I didn't stop. They are going to grow, and it was my moment to be with him. So everything has its cycle. We just need to go with the flow and understand that. So don't think because when you have something, a thought and a feeling that you want to manifest and it doesn't appear right immediately, just try to analyze why. Maybe what you're living is what you need to live because everything is in perfect order. So just allow the energy to do what they have to do. With no pressure, with no rush. We have to respect the cycles. The second law is to live the present. I call it this chart like the power of now, as Eckhart Tolle wrote his book. This is the title of his book, The Power of Now. Why? Because the only way that I can change my life is right now. So the possibilities of acting or doing something different is in the present. I cannot change the past. The future doesn't exist. The only possibility that I have is right now, today. So it's not that I'm going to think later that I'm going to change this aspect of my life. Because you are not creating it. It's not that I'm going to regret many things that I did wrong. It doesn't matter. Don't judge yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. And say, I made mistakes. I'm correct. But you have today to be a better person. You have today to create the life you love. So, how you are fully present? You are fully present, and I put kids here that they are playing. When you have all your senses there, you're so concentrated, your attention here is very important. Wherever your attention is what you're living and what you're creating in your life. And that is why it is very dangerous that we put all our attention in the media. Because media wants to build stereotypes that are fake, that doesn't give us happiness. No? And in reality, happiness is right now. It's my decision of taking it right now. I'm going to be happy how I am. I'm going to be happy with what I have. I'm going to be happy serving with what I think because I already know it's enough. Remember, law of abundance. Whatever I have right now, it's enough for what I need to do now. Oh, but I want, you are thinking from blackness. But when I will, you're thinking in the future, you're not living the present. The future doesn't exist. And I think life has shown us in many ways that you think that in the future you're going to do or be and maybe not. Maybe things are different. So if you have your 5 senses at the present moment, if you really live life full, you are creating a very good future. because the future is created today, in this moment, what you're thinking right now. So it's my responsibility to feel good right now, not later. Right now I'm going to cry and I'm going to say all bad words to many people and I don't care, but tomorrow I'm going to be okay. No, it's responsibility at that given moment, because whatever you do, you are creating at that moment. Every moment we are creating. It's not a moment that you say, okay, from right now I'm not going to create, and then I'm going to create. No, you're creating all the time, unconsciously. So this is something that you have to have clear. And we have to speak accurately to what we want to reach. Hey, Sonia, welcome. We have to speak accurately. What does this mean? In many traditions, and if you go and see how was the world created, so it was light, and light represents energy. But why appeared the light? Because somebody said, let the light be. Or somebody said, create the light. In the same way, every time that we are saying something, we are creating. We're giving the order to the universe for that to manifest. So we plot into the infinite possibilities network, right? To the Christ consciousness. We plot to that and we receive the thought. Oh, I'm very intelligent, I want to do this. Okay? Then I say it. And then I do it. I love it with my feeling, and then I do it with my hands. For the ones that have been here in Reiki, so you know, it's through the crown chakra. You visualize it through your third eye. When we visualize something, it's only using the third eye. It's basically because it's still etherical. It's still not something that you are picturing or something. No, it's visualization. It's using your intuition. And then you say it, you express it, and the word manifests. It's an order to the universe. So if I don't want my child to fall down, I cannot say, don't do that because you fall. Because the universe doesn't understand, doesn't have judgment. The power of the energy that I'm using is calling, attracting, that he falls down eventually. What I have to say is, oh, you're so good, you have an excellent balance. It has to be we have to speak accurately, positively, with what we really want, not with what we don't want. I don't want him to fall. I want him to be okay. So I have to say, how will he be okay? He will be okay if he has an excellent balance. Am I making myself clear?
Mm-hmm.
This is to speak accurately. So we have to change a lot of parts of our language, especially for the Spanish speakers. I don't know how Indian culture is, but in our culture, many orders were given for what we don't want to have in our life.
We just wired that way. Like, so even a child, when you have a child, the first thing, the word they learn is no, because you just, I don't know, you mentally wired because you want them to stay in safe places.
We wouldn't be raised like that. We wouldn't have the understanding of that today. But we're living in a different world. And this world now says, okay, there is another way of doing it. So that is very, very valid. And I congratulate you. Because it's not easy, but you're breaking the chain. You're changing the pattern. If you really raise like that. Is it clear why we need to speak accurately? So we have to say in a positive way what we want. When you act as a victim, I know, but I hope that somebody come and visit me. You are not obtaining the visits. No, that's not what is going to happen. Instead, you say, I want to feel that I always have somebody to lie on. Okay, that's what you will manifest. It's completely different. You have to really think how we speak, because we have to speak in accordance to what we want. Every time that you're saying, for example, you're a dumb person. I don't want him to be dumb, but that's what I'm making him believe. And whatever he believes is what he's going to build his character with. So beliefs, everything that has to do with bad language, with things that are not the things that you want to bring into your life. And only today, I can give everything to the universe. There are so many times that we say, okay, I tried everything. And now what? I don't know. I have the possibility to plug again into the source. If you don't know how to do it, because let's say you don't know how to meditate or you don't pray or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just don't give more attention to it. The more attention that I give to the thing that I don't like, the more it will be in my life. I have a person that came to me because she received, she had like teenager kids. And before they got a family, they met a family, and they grew up together when they were like 8 years, and they hung along very well, but this was in another country. And now then she came, let's say, to South Africa, and the other family that was in the United States considered that it was a good idea for their children, for his child, it was a boy, to come and spend some time with them, let's say 6 months or something, and even in an internship, okay? So they talked to the family was so happy, yes, come, they hung along very nice when they were 8 years, now that they are 16, it should be a blast. The child came and it was not the same child. This child was very complicated, the mother was struggling because he never said thanks, and for her, he doesn't give thanks that we cook for him, I don't like him. So he leaves the bathroom dirty. They are calling me to the school all the time to go because he didn't do his homework, because he was doing bullying, because he was hitting other kids. So, like, I already have my own problems with these ones, and now I'm having this problem with this one. And the feelings caught her so much that she said, I don't want to stand up, to wake up and see him having breakfast with us. I cannot stand that he's in my home anymore. So do you understand the hell that she was living? Because of all of this situation, and it was a 6 months period, let's say from June to December, and it was October. So she comes to me, desperate, like this, I don't know what to do, I don't want to see him, what am I going to do? Okay, have you called? Why don't you start by calling the parents? And you say, okay, this situation is not turning comfortable for me, it's creating problems in my family because now my kids are copying many things that he does, and it's a problem. And she was like concentrated in that. And then she called, and the response of the parents is like, you know what, we are in the process of divorce, and this is not a good moment for him to be here. Please have him until December. We will go and pick him up in December. Can you imagine parents saying that? So I said, yes, because you're putting too much attention. So you're going to have this situation until you eventually learn how to overcome this. And if you don't pass the lesson right now, as I said also next year, you're going to have the boyfriend of your girlfriend or whoever is also affecting your life. So it's better that you start accepting that somebody that does the thing completely different can be with you. Don't put enough attention. You're putting all your attention, you're wasting all your energy in this situation. Go, draw, dance, paint, whatever. Don't think about him during the day, And like in November, the mother called her and said, okay, I need to see him. This is a process that is completely, is a bit very difficult for us, but he's my child, I need to go and see him, and then, okay. And when he was with his parents, he improved the behavior. Like it was very clear that energetically the parents were sending him abroad because they need to solve a lot of things, and this kid was suffering a lot. But when you are caught by the emotion, like this person was, you cannot be compassionate with the other person. Because the problem was not him. The problem was that he was having a behavior that was product or produced by the situation that he was living. So, but you can understand that if you are not caught by the emotion. If you are with the emotion, you can't. You just feel he wants to damage my life. That's why he's here. Alright? So if I cannot do something with the situation, I give it to the universe. Okay, I say, I tried my best, I did everything. God help me. In your hands. And if you don't believe in God, okay, higher self, energy, universe is yours. But we have that source. We have that opportunity. We don't have to affect and suffer as much. In Christianity, Jesus said very clear, you don't have to carry your cross. I'll help you, but you have to ask, because there is the free will. If you don't ask, well, nobody can help you. Clear the power of today, of what we say today, of what we think today, and what we feel today. Yes, you wanted to say clear, okay. All right. The third law, the one that everybody loves, the law of attraction. And this is how it works. Okay, we have subconscious thoughts, because it's not so all the time very conscious. We have a storage of information in our subconscious that is product of our beliefs. It's called the system of beliefs. Where does these beliefs come from? From my culture, from my country, from my language, from my family, from the education that I received. And all these mixed together create a lot of information in my subconscious. And this is what determines how I see the world, how I interpret all the information that I take outside. So when I was little, like a moment of peace in my home was like Sunday afternoon, oh, let's go and have an ice cream. Every time that I'm going to see an ice cream, I'm going to consider that a nice thing. But if instead I saw that every time that we bought the ice cream, my father put it on my brother and say, you don't know how to eat ice cream. And he was like, and I see the ice cream, I'm going to say, I don't want ice cream. You eat it yourself. It's not something that I want. So you interpret the life according to what you lived before. So we have subconscious thoughts. We also have conscious thoughts, things that we want to think. But even the conscious thoughts are also illusions, are also things that I produce based on my system of beliefs, even though they're conscious. I think there are things are right, I think there are things are wrong because of my system of beliefs. That is an illusion. That is not the reality. When you tap into the universe, into the conscious, to the Christ conscious, you will notice that all the possibilities are possible. That everything is possible. So no need of judgment. But I come with that. That is already here. So, and every time I think, it's very good that we don't manifest everything that we think. Because imagine that everything that you're thinking, you manifest. Sometimes we think very bad things. So it's good that it doesn't happen like that. Every time it's going to happen more. Because our Mother Earth is also accelerating and it's coming into a process of 5 dimension where whatever thought you have, you manifest. It's going to be more quickly. But right now, it doesn't happen that quickly. When we are thinking, and we are working, and we are driving, and we are busy doing something, cooking, whatever, my brain waves are in beta state. Thanks God at that moment, I don't create. But when I am in alpha, I create. My brain waves change to alpha when I am relaxed. For example, if I wake up Sunday morning, Saturday, not a Wednesday or a Monday, but I have the time to still be relaxed because I just woke up. I am having a good feeling because I'm resting up. And think about something, in that moment you are creating at a very incredible speed rate, like you're creating a lot. Before you go to bed, when you already close your day, you say, okay, it's my moment to have a rest. Then you also are in alpha state. Before you go to sleep, when you are not active anymore, then it's a very wonderful moment for creating as well. If you know how to meditate, or you know how to pray, in both cases, you also go to alpha states. And it is when your mind is like empty and you have full focus attention on what you're thinking. When we are in beta, we are like multitasking. Like sometimes I can be thinking something, but I am doing something else, and I know that I have to pick up this later, and I know that and then it's the appointment of the day, and I need to give to my boss, and okay. That is beta. And then there is no creation unless I have a very strong feeling. But as we are not going to talk about the creation in negative, but the creation in positive, we want to reach the state of physical calmness, of complete relaxation, to be aware of what I'm thinking. Because I want to think positive things. Okay? There is another way of creating, and this is how I create in alpha state, through my consciousness. And in delta is when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping and you're dreaming. When you dream, you also create. You manifest that, and that's why you say, oh, this is the house of my dreams. This is the man of my dreams. That means that you already dream about it, that you already know how it was going to be. Because how do you know he's the man of your dreams? You already dreamed him. It happened already. You have it stored in your subconscious. So our subconscious manifests through our dreams. And what the subconscious manifests? Two things. Our desires or our fears. The things that you need to overcome. So if you remember your dreams, write it down. Because your subconscious is telling you what you need to heal or what you want. But we're not going to talk about how to create from subconsciousness today. We're going to focus on creating from conscious today. So from the delta state of mind, which is relaxation or mindfulness. So the thought is the male. So this guy is in delta. And he finds the feeling, which is the she. And they, in order to co-create, need to be in the same frequency. If they are not in the same frequency, they don't co-create. So for example, when I was in Mexico and I saw that my kid was playing with his stick, and we were like we lived in a 24th floor and we have to go down in order for him to play. And many times he wanted to play, but I didn't want him to go down. So it was like, okay. I sit down watching him and say, I would love that this kid can have these moments. Every time that I see him play, I really enjoy it. So it's a moment of, I love it. So I was having the feeling, but I was imagining him visualizing the thought that he can run and that he doesn't have to help me, that I am not going to be his limitation, that he just can open his door of the room and go play with his stick everywhere. And I just like, it was beautiful. I said, I hope that he could have that possibility. I really would love it. And I imagined and I saw it. And then my husband was trusted to hear. When we saw this house, that he just had to go like this. He doesn't have to even go like this. He has to go like this. And he was like, oh, with his feet. It was a dream come true. For real. So it was something that I consciously created. At that moment, I wasn't like consciously, like I have done it other times that I'm going to say I'm going to write what I want. But in that moment, I create because I have the thought, I have my feeling, and here we have the result, the manifestation of that. So you need to have the male, the thought, and you need to have the feeling. If you don't have both, you cannot. And they have to be in the same frequency. So I have this positive thought and I was having this positive feeling. Many times you have the positive thought but the negative feeling. Oh, I want to change, but I feel horrible. But I feel, for example, I want to have a good body, but I'm ugly, I'm not okay, and every time I see, I don't want to see myself. So like, how you're going to co-create with that? You have to feel that you are wonderful in order to be wonderful. There is no other way. And if you see the person that you see out there that they are wonderful, they know they're wonderful. They have no doubt about it. So, being positive, I would like to tell you that it's something that we also need to make a habit. Because I need to know what I'm thinking. If I am aware of what I'm thinking, I'm going to create today a wonderful future. More frequency. So the law of attraction says, I have to think in the present, remember? Like if you already have it. You have to think that you already have it. And then the feeling. Be grateful. Because you already have it. I already have the house of my dreams. I already have the happiness of my child. He can already play. I already feel it because I already have it. Also, like in that moment, I imagine it like if I already have it. So I can be grateful for it. And this is the magical equation for creating. This is how the law of attraction works. I put this here, this is manifestation, because in the Native Americans, they usually suffer because there is no rain. And if there is no rain, they don't have harvest, and if there is no harvest, they are hungry. So whenever there was no rain, they go out and they say, they know the process of creation. They have it very clear. Actually, they talked about this. They give courses. And they say, okay, Mother Earth, with your respect, I want that it rains. And rains, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to feel that it's raining. So I feel that I am completely wet. They're feeling it. And I'm grateful because today I feel wet. And I go and I touch the floor, and instead of feeling the floor that is dry sand, no, I'm going to feel the mud. I'm going to go deep with my feet completely until they are completely moisturized, because I'm absorbing the water of the earth because it rains so much, but I'm feeling it. So I have their eyes closed and I say, I'm feeling that it's wet. I feel the moisture on the grass, on the floor, on the sand. I feel that all the trees want to touch me because they are growing so much because they have enough water. I feel that I'm drinking water and I don't want any more. I feel that I'm going to be able to share with everybody the water that we have. We have everything, and they really feel it, and they pray with gratitude. And they are really good in making it rain. There are channels that make rain. So you go there, and this guy gets in this trance, and their manifestation are so quickly because these persons have what we call faith. But it's not a faith, it's a knowledge. They know how, because they really know inside that they can do it. Okay? If you're Catholic, you can go and search in the Bible. In Mark 11:24, Jesus says very clear, ask as if you have received it, and it will be yours. So many traditions, spiritual traditions, say the process of manifestation is feeling that you have it in the present moment and be grateful for it, because it's the thought with the feeling that makes the new reality. Okay, this is very important, but don't create from your ego, because the problem here is that we have a lot of thoughts sometimes, and we need to create from a thought that we know that is going to serve the world. This is very important. If it's only going to serve yourself, or you are creating from fear, ego has to do a lot with the fears that we have. No? So I want that lady to disappear. That's my thought. Because she can take my job, or she can have my boyfriend, whatever. So that's creating from my ego, not from. When you create from your ego, it happens what happened with The Secret. Have you heard about this book? The Secret was a book. It is a book that has to do a lot with the law of attraction. And they wrote, and it's a Rhonda Byrne. I don't remember her last name, but it's like she wrote the book and she interviewed other persons. And this person gave her like their point of view of how to create this reality. But if you see, this was the law of attraction. Having the thought, manifested it through gratitude, through your feeling. And the thing was that it was a bestseller, she received a lot of money. And then the other persons started saying, hey, you received a lot of money because you interviewed me, so give it to me. No, I'm not going to share with you. Because I wrote the book, I was the person who made the other interview. You give me an interview, I pay you for the interview. Or maybe I don't pay you, it was a favor, but whatever. I'm not going to share what I did. And then what happens was that she received a lot of money, but at the same time, many people started putting demands. And then she spent a lot in courts, in lawyers, and everything. And a lot of her wealth went out in the same way that it came from. Why this happens? Because remember, any time that you think that something is yours, you're creating from your ego. If I'm wealthy because I use your knowledge, it was not your knowledge, it's the knowledge of everybody, but I use you as an instrument. The justice is that you also receive a benefit from it. There should need to be balance. When you're thinking only yourself, you're creating from your ego, and as it comes, it goes, because nothing is ours. So whatever you create from your ego or from fear, you're not applying the law of abundance. You are thinking that you lack of. Why do I need to say this is mine? Because if it is not mine, I'm not going to have it. That's my own insecurity. That's from fear. Am I being clear with this? So we cannot create from our ego. And this is important. So how do you know you're creating from your ego? Is because the thought that you have is only going to benefit you. You're not serving the world. Or you have a bad feeling, a bad intention behind it. And that is very clear. As you said, how do I know if I'm good for this or not? Your heart knows. Your heart knows if what you are creating is going to benefit all, or if you are creating only to benefit yourself, which is creating from you. Okay? The other thing, be careful with what you resist, that I already explained. When I resist a situation, when I don't open my mind to accept why the other person is doing this or that, or why this situation is here, I am giving it full attention to create more and more and more of what I don't want. Whatever I resist, I am giving attention to last, to be longer. And change what you dislike with visualization. This is in the same way that with visualization we can get things, attract things to our lives. In the same way, if I had a problem during my day and I regret, I think I completely did wrong. But I can go into my alpha state, remember before going to bed or the next day or meditation or prayer, and say how I would like that to be. How I really want that to be. How would I change? So I imagine the scene in which I didn't scream or which I wasn't that angry, but they give me this news and maybe I react in a positive way like, okay, I understand. Why? Because maybe I didn't ask why, I just go like, So why this happened? Oh, okay, I understand you, we're going to do it in the best way, don't worry, we didn't fight. So I imagine completely what I wanted to be. And I do it in alpha state. What am I doing with this? Sometimes you also need to close that situation. Maybe you need to ask, forgive me. Like if you waste your energy in such a negative way, well, you need to apologize. Or you need to repair. Maybe if you damage something, well, the less you can do is say, okay, here you have a new one, or here, maybe I don't have the money to get you a new one, but I made you a cake. No, so like repair. Repair is important to close the cycles and not going into the karma spiral of negative things. Know that with every action, with every word, with every thought, with every feeling, you are creating. But if you created something that it was not what you wanted to create, you have the opportunity of recreate. And you go to your alpha state, visualize how you want it to be, feel how you wanted to feel, be grateful with what really happened, and then repair. And then you're cutting, at least you're not going to produce karma, like the energy to go back and forth about the situation. Okay? So we can use this process to create or to recreate something that we didn't like. This is clear? Okay. Okay, so I was saying, and this I want to go deeply into the creation from the ego. Okay? And this is another law that I call it, is the law of intention, but I call it the power of intention, as the book of Wayne Dyer. Okay, I love the title of the music. So, what is an intention? The intention is what it is in your subconscious or in your conscious that determines the result of an action. One action can have different intentions behind. For example, if we're playing soccer and I kick Sonia, for example, what was my intention? To harm her because she was going to make a goal? Then I have a bad intention behind. And that bad intentions come from my fears, from my negative feelings. Maybe I envy you, maybe I don't want you to win, maybe I hate you, whatever. But if we are just playing and I kick you, but it was an accident, it was not my intention. So the result of that action will not define my destiny. I apologize, I repair. Remember, we always have to repair what has been done. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to create any type of bad energy boomerang effect coming back to me because it was not my intention. So the intentions are very important to determine the result of the actions. Again, one action can have many intentions behind, and the result is going to be different. What is the result? The waste of energy, or the energy that I give or support to myself. Every time I do a good action, I am increasing the energy levels of my body, or my being. Every time I do a bad action, I am decreasing the levels of energy. When I decrease the levels of energy, if I decrease them too much, I download, so like I can raise my vibration with good things, or I can reduce my vibration. If I reduce my vibration that much that I change the frequency, I'm going to attract negative things. So that's why we try to maintain a high frequency level of vibration. So there are two forces that you can act from, which is love and which is fear. Love, we call it here faith. Love and faith are basically the same. It's the knowledge or the trust that I have in the universe. So it's like, I am so know that I'm so loving, that I have this higher being that helps me with everything, or the universe that supports me at all given moments, that I'm so full of faith, so I don't doubt, so I don't lack. Okay? Or I act from fear, but they are both as strong, and that's why you can create from both. They are the same force, but just like high vibration and low vibration. Okay, so if you act from the fear, which means that you act from any negative emotion, what you are going to create is something that you will have to learn. It is not a sin, or it is not that you're going to be condemned, or like, oh no, the karma reached me finally for all that I've done. No, it is something that you have to learn, basically. But learning can be it can make you suffer a lot. Sometimes the way we learn is with a lot of suffering. And we don't want to create that in our life. If we have the opportunity to do it in another way. If you suffer, okay, it was the best way that it needed to happen for you to learn. And that's why I was explaining here. Yes, maybe we were raised in this way. And maybe we feel that we suffer because maybe they limited us in certain ways. But I needed to leave that in order for today make a better choice. So don't condemn that. Be grateful for the suffering, because suffering makes you such a better person, very quick. Different when you create from love, because you feel wellness. So the way that you learn is not tough, it's not difficult, or maybe you don't learn. So at the end, both are positives, are not the appropriate conditions for you to fulfill that dream. Remember the cycle. But think that you go, be grateful that one day you're going to go and that you're going to enjoy it, feel it, and let the universe do work. The universe surprises us in many ways. How the universe creates for us. If we leave the universe to create, sometimes it gives us better things than the things that we imagine. Our imagination is limited, but the universe and the energy around there in the conscious Christ, in the Christ consciousness, is not limited at all. Infinite possibilities, remember. So bless this person or bless this situation that causes you envy, because they are showing you that it is possible. That person knows a way of how you can make your dream. There is no need to envy or to fear that you're not enough to reach that. Jealousy. Who can tell me what is the fear of jealousy? What you can think? What is the fear behind jealousy?
Insecurity.
Insecurity, yes. It's the fear of losing something. But when you realize that you don't have anything, you cannot lose it. Because nothing is yours. So there is no need to be jealous. Right? It's the fear of losing somebody. And again, in a state of mind of not being enough. No? It's from the ego, it's the need of possession. What is the fear of sadness? These are very similar, just that this comes also with anger and grief.
Lack. I feel you lack.
Losing, yes. Again, I fear of losing. Why do you get sad when somebody dies? Because there is an illusion that you lose that person. So, because I feel sad. Or I'm sad because the things didn't happen in the way that I was thinking, and happening in the other way, and it makes me sad. But again, this is detachment, also attachment to certain situation. So again, it comes from the ego. Anger. Anger comes from many reasons. Anger is like the most easy, and that's why I talk a lot about anger, because it's the easiest reaction towards a surprise. Let's say. And it can happen for many things. It can happen because the things are not coming on like I want. So it's my desire of control. Maybe I am not being understood, and I want you guys to understand me, so I get frustrated, and that's why the kids get angry. Kids get very angry because they are not able to really express, and they feel that they are not comprehended. And then we come to like, stop. So the frustration is more because they are never able to be comprehended. They cannot speak or express themselves. So the fear of not being confident, and that's why sometimes I prefer to, I get angry before this guy tells me something. You want to say something? Okay, bring it on, I'm ready, no? But it is my fear. I don't want that person to tell me something that maybe will change the situation that I want at the end of time. So there are many fears behind anger, but always come to a point of fear, basically. Criticism. When I criticize somebody.
When I lack. You're harsh on
When you
yourself.
lack.
Your ego.
When you don't accept her way or that situation. You don't accept that. Which means that you criticize a lot yourself because you don't allow yourself to be like that. Like criticism is also like impatience or like eagerness. No? It's like things that I don't accept in my life, that I cannot stand, that I resist. So I give my attention to. If I give my attention, what is happening? I am creating more of that. Okay? Is it clear that every negative emotion or feeling comes from fear? Every. There is no negative emotion that doesn't come from fear. In the other way, all positive emotions come from love. So whenever you're thinking in any of these, or you're feeling, you're caught by the emotion, you have to think, what can calm me down right now? Because I know now, after this workshop, that in the moment that I'm feeling this, and if I'm really feeling it, whatever I act or say, or visualize, so don't think, not even think, because you already have emotion, is going to manifest in your life. So I have to stop this. What can calm me down? Maybe I need to live. I need to think, I need to breathe. Or maybe I need to overthink this situation. Give me time. But stop in that moment. Maybe if you have a high evolution, you can go inside yourself and say, I'm going to be witness of what I'm experiencing. And because I'm able to see the energy that is manifesting into anger or in sadness or everything, I'm going inside myself, I'm going to transform this into love. And then you're doing a lot with your energy. You're boosting up with a love feeling. But for this, you have to be very evolved. It's a process that only high gurus are able to do. So they say, oh, I'm hungry again. A lot of energy for today. Or you can start saying positive affirmations. Like, I am peace, and nothing will affect. I am peace. Exactly. Remember? For some of you, I am peace. I am in peace. All right. So we can use positive affirmations to change these, because we already know that it comes from a fear. So when I overcome my fear, I can change the way I'm feeling. And there was a person that was wonderful doing this, and it was someone that we already know. He said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. But thinking this fear, not only of the fear that they were living historically towards white, the fear of the white men, but thinking the fear as all the negative emotions that I put you behind. So it says, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. We're going to fear, we're going to have emotions, but the truth over it. So when I really dominate my emotions. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, so is not the one who doesn't feel bad emotions, but he who conquers that fear, but he who knows what to do with what he's feeling. Okay? So if we're able to interiorize this, it's very important. So we don't change what we feel. We are having a human experience that means that requires that we feel. But the thing is that we are not going to react. Because react will create things that I will regret, that will make me suffer, and not only myself. I'm going to make suffer many other ones that are around me with no need. So this guy that is called Chuck Swindoll, he's also an American. He writes books of self-empowerment and basically to control your emotions. He says that life, what you live, or the things that you think that happen to you, but we already know they don't happen to us, we created. Okay, but life is 10%. But how we react towards the things that happen in my life is 90%. So he says, the attitude is the most important thing. What is your attitude? It's how you react, how ready you are for the challenges that life gives you. No? So it is more important than the past. No? If today I decide to have a positive attitude, it's more important than everything that I already, all the mistakes that I made in the past. It's more important than the education I have. People with more or with less education have a better attitude than the ones that, oh no, I studied in Oxford, Cambridge, I made this PhD, and today I commit suicide. Oh, wonderful! You live a great life. No? More than money. I think that I don't need to explain this. But money doesn't make you a better person at all. Circumstances, whatever it happens, what is your attitude? My attitude should be, I'm going to give the best of myself at every circumstance. I'm ready. I know. I trust in myself. I trust the universe. I'm going to give the best. I don't like the situation. Well, sometimes we don't like them, but you can give your best. Than failures and than successes. Attitude is more important than what other people think, say, or do. This is definitely more important. And it is more important than appearances. O sea, what I think it is, no, what it is more important is my attitude, not what I think that I should be or how I act. It's more important than my abilities or my skills. I can have a lot of skills, but if I don't have a positive attitude, that is what it is called lack of emotional intelligence. And when you lack of emotional intelligence, you can break business, you can break homes, you can break friendships, you can break organizations. It's not what you have in your mind, it's not what you have in your pocket, it's not what you have around you that makes you a good person. It's your emotional intelligence, what will drive you good through your life. Because if you are emotionally intelligent, you are going to discover the opportunities, be aware of putting your skills, doing what you want, and manifest the life you love. If not, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and it doesn't matter who have you been, all the opportunities that you have, but you're going to la chingada. You're going to This is clear? Okay. The law of action. This is also called the law of karma, but I don't like to use it like karma because we have karma as a negative thing. So I'm going to use the word dharma. Dharma and karma are the same, but what is when you put a positive energy because you have a good intention behind, then the energy that comes back to you in a boomerang effect is good for you. The accountability of the universe is absolutely perfect. Whatever you put out there is what you're going to receive. So, like the first step to start creating the life that you love is that you give to others what you want to receive. That's the first step. So we have to share with others. We have to know that every act has a consequence. And the better is that you teach it since they are very little. And the very intelligent persons are the ones that are capable to understand what is the consequence that they could have with the things and the decisions that they take right now. If that's too much for you, to think what I'm going to happen in your room, you only think that you create with a good intention, because I'm feeling right now good. I think positive, and I feel good. With the combination of these two, you have a good dharma. But if you can't go mathematically ahead, then thinking the consequence. What we give is what we receive. And I put here also a title of a book that is The Magic of Making Acts of Love. This is written by Papa Jaime Jaramillo. He is a Colombian guy that he touched my life when I met him. He touched my life before when I read in the news what he did. That he basically picked up kids from the sewages that were living in the street, people that beggars. He came, he invited them to have a different life. With a lot of love, in a very loving way, and that's why everybody calls him dad, because he gives them a home, he gives them the opportunity of doing a job, but what he makes, the basic thing that he does is that he sees a person. He doesn't go with fear. He's like, I don't know why you're in the street living like this, but I can give you a better opportunity. If you like it, you can come with me. If you don't like it, I love you still. It's your choice to still be in the street. Know that you have a friend. So this person is love in action. That's why I love it, because it's not a spiritual leader or anything. No, it's a person that is love in action that serves the world. And he created a campaign that it was called The Magic of Making Acts of Love. Because as this guy was so good, he received a lot of donations. Many companies give like the 10% of their income to him. So like he received a lot because you know that through him, there is really a change. So he received a lot of money, but he said, this is not what I'm looking for you. So like, yes, eventually you give me the 10%, but you keep working in your company and you are not making a change in yourself. You need to change yourself for you to be able to serve. And when you serve others, you also receive the benefits of the happiness that I incarnate. So that this guy incarnates, because he really does the things. And he said, I feel sad for you that you want to help and that you give me your money and everything, but you're not receiving the benefits of helping others, of serving others. So he said, what you have to do is that you have to do things of love. You have to give love to others. And then there was a guy that drives a bus in Colombia, like a public transportation. Let's say here, a guy that drives a taxi. Okay? And he said, yes, you say that we can help others and everything, but I'm poor. So like sometimes I don't have the money to take to my wife, and she always complains because we have 5 kids. And how can I serve others if I don't have anything? And he said, well, you are limiting yourself. The only way to help is not through money. There are many ways to help. For example, if you take your taxi and you see that there are people that have to walk and they also don't have the money, well then, if you still have to go from this block to this block, what is wrong for picking them up and dropping up there? And he was like, you're right. Because I have no problem. Sometimes he lived in a mountain. So he saw that a lot of persons get down from the public transportation, like let's say in the streets, but they still have to climb, and many persons are charged with things. And so he started doing that. So later, Papa Jaramillo received a call from him, and he said, I want to see you. And he said, oh my God, what is this guy going to tell me? Maybe that he had nothing to give, and that he tried to give, and then, like the stories that can come out of frustration or whatever. So he was like, he was like, I came because I need to give thanks. Because I did as you showed me. So I try to help with the things that I have. So when the person gets down, I love to see the faces of the people that are carrying so many things going back to their homes. And when I say, hey, I can give you a lift, they're like, really? So like, are you talking to me? Are you going to give me a lift? No, but I don't have money. You don't need money. I'll give you a lift. I'll go 2 blocks up. Really? And then they gave him chickens, they gave him eggs, they gave him, and he said, you know what? I'm not like, I don't have my wife mad at me anymore, because sometimes I arrive with the milk, sometimes I arrive with the eggs, sometimes I arrive with the pineapple, because all these persons that carry a lot of things usually give me something for the benefit that I'm giving to them. So Papa Jaime was like, oh, this is the magic of making acts of love. It doesn't have to come from the things that you monetarily can count or from materialism. It's only giving the smile to the person. Really care. Are you feeling bad? I really care about it. Why are you feeling bad? Tell me. How can I help you to make you feel better? You know, it's like when you connect to the other. Sometimes making other persons feel happy is very easy. It's very easy. So like, all what I'm struggling is to give. Because I don't. My kid doesn't have the notebook and the colors. And for you, the colors are 20 rand in macro. That's what you're struggling for? Here you have it. So you know, like, so for us sometimes it's very easy to make another person happy. If you listen to your kid, what will make you happy? No, it will make you happy that you lay down with me. That you don't look to your phone right now. That is so easy. Like, giving your time is very valuable. More valuable than money. So these magical acts of love have more to do with the attention and what you can give with your time, with your attention. And the more you give, the more you will receive. What do you want in your life? Do you want love? Give love. Do you want attention? Give attention. Do you want money? Give money. It's also valid, it's part of the world. Okay, so like if I already explained this, if you do, every action has a consequences. So if your action was coming from a bad intention, that is called karma, then you will learn. But if it was coming from a good intention, then you give dharma, and then you are going to enhance your wellness. This is clear. Never blame others, because remember that you create your own reality. So if you think that what you are living right now is because the destiny hates you, or because, I don't know, you have such a bad luck right now, or because these persons are so dumb and so stupid and so bad that they create, and all the family of my husband hates me because they did it? No. You have to do something. There's a responsibility from yourself for them to hate you or for you to create peace. So never blame others. What you can do is change yourself. Be responsible of what you're living. And know that if you continue living in the same way, you're going to receive more of the same. But if you decide to change consciously, bless them. And then what can I give? I want that they love me. Okay, I can start by giving them love. Instead of hate, instead of more conflict. Thank and share all your blessings and ask for all. Why? When we go in prayer, when we think, a way of stepping out of the ego is when I ask what I want for myself for all the rest. I want to be healthy because I have a terrible disease, okay? I pray for all the persons that are sick right now because I understand that many are feeling like myself. And that raises my vibration. Everything that you do in plural, as a whole, for serving the world, because what is the difference? If I know that I can help myself through prayer, why I'm not going to help everybody? It's not longer. It's only just changing the subject, that's it. Okay? But the process of the energy that is going to come back to me is much more higher and much more strong if I can ask the same benefit that I want for myself for everybody. So that's how the law of karma or another action works. Detachment. We're going to do 2 more more, and then have the break before starting. The law of detachment. This is very important because remember that everything has a cycle, and sometimes the things don't come out and don't manifest in the way that we were thinking. But if it happens like that, it is for a reason. It is for a reason, always. The problem is that we don't always understand what is the reason in that moment. But make sure that at the end of your life, you will understand all the reasons why you have to live everything that you have to live. So, the first thing is that when we ask for something, if I apply the law of detachment, I am not asking for something in particular. Like you can, and perhaps it will manifest right away. But sometimes instead of saying, I want Pedro to love me, what I really want is I want to be loved and to be in love with somebody. It doesn't have to be Pedro, you know. So what I want is to be loved and love somebody in the same way. That's what I'm looking for. But my ego or my desire was like him, but that is a whim. Es un capricho. It's a whim. It's not something. It's from my ego. The wellness here, how I want to feel is loved and to be able to love. That is a really positive outcome. And like that, I'm not affecting the free will of Pedro, that maybe he wants to be with other girl. What will happen if I demand that I want to be with Pedro? If he's not the soul that needs to be in my path, then I go join Pedro and I'm going to be very unhappy. Maybe Pedro was not a good person. Or I go join Pedro and I'm going to have a problem because Pedro always loved the other person. So how I really want this to be? I want it to be in free will, that he eventually by his free will choose me. So I want to be loved, and I cannot be loved if I ask for my ego. So the best way is that I ask something how I want to feel, because how I want to feel doesn't harm anybody, unless I want to feel bad, like envy or jealous, but I don't think that's what you want to ask. If I want to have a positive feeling, then we're not affecting in anybody's free will. And I have to understand that everything is good. I have to go with the flow. The situation that I'm living, I am living it for a reason. And everything is in divine order, like in the same way of the planets, like in the same way that you are sitting right now here and not sitting out right down there. It is because energetically you need to receive this, like the energy of the persons that are around you and not the persons that are around here. Everything, nothing happens like for fortune. Nothing is luck. Everything is in divine order. Happens for a reason. Happens because it was created by you before. Because you drive an energy that is coming to evolve, and it has to close the cycle in a certain way. So if we understand that everything is in divine order, okay, I need to pass through this situation because I need to learn from the situation. I'll do it in the best way I can, and then I'm going to have a good outcome. Sometimes we create from the point of uncertainty. We did all. We tried our best. We pushed hard. We didn't sleep. I did my best, and then you come like crying, like, what else can I do? I give my best and nothing. And in that moment, this is the first time, and usually that situation that you really release and you really give to the universe, because you're so tired that you don't have more energy to keep fighting. But in the world of energy, you need to fight. There is another law that I'm not going to explain today, but it's called the law of ease. Comes easy, go easy. No effort. Law of no effort. The things that are from you come with no effort. But let's say that you are so overwhelmed that you say, no more, I give it to you. And from that moment of uncertainty, the possibilities can come. Because you were so stuck and so wanting to control the situation and so the need of you to face it and do it and control it and make it an outcome or whatever, that you were not allowing the universe to do it through you. Sometimes it's better, I need help with this, and I step behind. Whatever is going to happen, okay, I will follow your will. And it comes out wonderful. Much better than what you can imagine. Allow the field of infinite possibilities to work. And this is when we don't decide not to act anymore or think anymore. No effort is needed. Okay, so in summary, before going to break, the process of manifestation is as follows. Law of abundance, clear? There is everything for everyone. No need of lacking. I am enough. From a feeling of enoughness. Present. I ask today. Today I can change my life. It is right now. With the law of attraction. With my thoughts and with my feelings, feeling gratitude. Because I already have it. It's in the present, I already have it. With a good intention. Not from fear, from love. With action, which is the law of karma. No? I have to do something. And what do you have to do? Give what you want to receive. And then, no attachments to what I'm going to receive. I detach. I already know that I already trust, I already thought, I already felt, and now, whatever is going to happen, I accept it. And then, you have your dreams. Clear? That's why I have explained a little bit of things before. What are the things that you want to reach, at least this year? And we're going to write those down. In summary, the things that we just saw, I'm going to give you two texts. This is from the Upanishad, which are like the sacred texts in India, from the Vedas. And it's, you are what your deep divine desire is. Remember, desire is in the subconscious. As your desire is, so is your will. And your will is, so is your deed. Deed is your doing, like your actions. As your deed is so your destiny. So this is like the integration of what we saw, no? So like, what is my intention? My intention will be my force, or my intention, my desire, my intention, and then it will be my doing, and then it will be my destiny. And this is in another words. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. And watch your character, for it becomes destiny. And here, character means how you feel, your emotional intelligence. Okay, so watch your thoughts, your actions, because these habits will create your habits. Clear, right?
Clear.
This is the path. Ping, 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 ping. Okay. So closing with this. I am the master of my destiny. I am the responsible of what I live. Do you have this clear? I will live the life I love, because I know that I've created it. So take your pen, take your notebook, sit in a very comfortable position, and I'm going to guide like a meditation.